So this video is going to be a little bit different today. Usually I test one Bokken at a time, and today what I thought I'd do is go ahead and test two simultaneously. And the reason is that today is going to be the Battle of the Rosewoods. In this case I've got Honduras Rosewood and African Rosewood, also known as Bubinga. So we're going to test both of those today and compare them to each other, see how they work out. I don't have a lot of comments on them to start out with, mostly because the woods themselves aren't really known to be that popular among Bokken. I just decided to go ahead and test both of them. I saw them available, so I grabbed them. They're from Kim Taylor at SDK. Before I get started, I had a quick comment though. It was interesting. I was out at some new trails that they built just down the road. They put together, and they got a giant bridge that's going to be built out of ipe. I don't know where they came up with that. I thought that was interesting. But anyway, I'm going to show the two Bokkens to get us started. The first one that I'm going to test is Honduras Rosewood. What I like about both of these Bokkens is that they look like what I think wood looks like. I don't know how else to describe that. When I think of wood, this is the kind of the color of the grain. These are the kinds of things I think of. But this one is Honduras Rosewood. This one is, it's actually shorter than normal. I think it's about 36-inch length. I don't know if it's backed up to show that. So you can see that's a little shorter than normal. No concerns. Just to show the grain, though, how great this grain is here. You can see it. It's a wonderful kind of rose brown color, and he did a great job. Especially, I like the kind of rounded tip that he did for this. Let's see if the camera will pick that up a bit. Maybe not. And the other one, this is Honduras Rosewood. The other one I've got is Bubinga. This is African Rosewood. Again, kind of what I think wood looks like. This one is more of a caramel color with tighter grain, smaller grain in it. You can see, I'll just kind of show that up close there. Yeah. This one is about 40 inches in length. So just so you can see the difference between the two. You can see the difference in length right there. This one is significantly longer. Yeah. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and take a few whacks of the tree with each of these. Then I'm going to come back, see how they kind of held up to denting, and then I'm going to really go for it with each of them. So I'm going to test them both real quick. I'll come right back. It's interesting, this one has much higher tone in the sound. I don't know if you can tell the difference when I was hitting the tree. This one is a little bit deeper, lower. It may be due to the length, that may be some of it, but I wonder if it's the density of the wood as well. As far as holding up, take a look at the Honduras Rosewood first. That was just some light hitting against the tree, probably pretty typical of what you would get in practice against other Bokken. I can kind of feel where the dents are, especially right around here. See some ridges, but if you take a look, it's actually kind of difficult to see. I'm hoping the camera picks that up. It's kind of difficult to see where, that's probably one of the biggest ridges right there, where this is, that it easily buffed out. As far as the African Rosewood, it actually, you probably can't tell. Maybe a little bit right there. The funny thing is that this one feels like it held up to denting a little less. The Honduras Rosewood would hold up a little better. But because of the tightly packed grain in the wood and the smaller, finer grain detail in this type of wood, you can't really see it. So I guess as far as depending on what you want, do you want one that's actually more durable, or do you want one that just looks like it can take a beating? So those are the two. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to really attack the tree with each of these, and we'll see how they hold up. Alright, Honduras Rosewood first. It's not broken, but it's got a severe crack in it at this point. It's just going to break apart. I'll try one more whack, but it's just going to break on this. Well, as you can see, the African rosewood broke on the first one. Here's the cuts, just so I can get a nice close-up of it. See if you can tell from there. I'm hoping the camera autofocuses. Yeah, there we go. It was a fairly, clean break. I guess as clean as you can make it. Although, it's flying shards of sharp wood aren't ever really any good in practice, but that first one took care of it. The Honduras rosewood held up, and I'm not sure whether it's because the length is much shorter. So if you just take a look at it, it kind of looks like it's fine. However, even on the edge, you can see where it's just kind of dented very lightly. Even with that heavy impact, the denting really didn't do much to it. But the problem is on the flip side, right here. And that might even show it even better. You can see where it's just heavily cracked. Really, a few more whacks of this and it's going to break apart, because the crack length is from here to here on that side, and here to here on that side. So this top part's just going to break off in just a second. So anyway, not impressed with Bubinga. Do okay for normal practice, but I think given the cost that it is, you probably go with something else much better. Honduras rosewood, I'm kind of surprised. I kind of like the looks of it. It's a nice, deep, rich colored wood. It also holds up well under denting, obviously, even under heavy impact. This stuff can be smoothed out, no problem. But again, heavy impact, it didn't really hold up all that well. The good thing is that if you do kind of break it, this isn't going to break off in practice. So if you do break it, you're not going to have parts flying everywhere around your partner or anything like that. So this is my review for Honduras rosewood and African rosewood, and I'm going to have full pictures and everything up on the blog. So y'all take care.